Alright, welcome back everybody to a new cooking video brought to you by MJKO. Today we're going to be making minestrone soup. Alright, so here's all our ingredients for today. We got our chicken stock, celery, carrot, some garlic, onions, cauliflower, potatoes, beans, some crushed canned tomatoes, and some pasta. I know this is not the correct pasta, but you can just use whatever you have. Ideally, you would get ditalini pasta, but we'll just use what we have. Alright, so first things first, we're gonna wash and cut up all of our vegetables. Alright, so I have washed and cut and prepped all my ingredients. As you can see, the beans, just put them in a tub. All the veggies, so we got cauliflower, celery, carrot, potatoes, some onions, and some garlic. Alright, so let's get on to the cooking. Okay, so we're going to be heating up our pots to about medium to high heat. I like to keep it on the higher end, just so it heats up faster. Once it's hot enough, you can go ahead and drill in some olive oil. And then just go ahead and dump your veggies in. So just keep on mixing it around, make sure everything gets coated. You just want to make sure you saute everything. Once the vegetables are a little bit soft, then we're going to go ahead and add in our liquids. So while we have this going, we can go ahead and add in some salt and pepper. Alright, a little bit of pepper. Alright, so chicken broth. Alright, I did that previous. Whatever. Chicken broth. Pour the whole thing in. And then bring it up to a boil. So we got our crushed tomatoes in there and our chicken stock. Just try to scoop the rest out. Okay, once that is all in, you can go ahead and add the beans as well. Alright. Now we will mix it all up. Once it starts boiling, alright, we're going to bring it up to a boil now. So you're going to turn the heat up while you're mixing it. It's all around. Alright, I know, minestrone doesn't really usually have some of the ingredients like cauliflower, but minestrone, you can put really anything you want in it. The base will always be a stock and the crushed tomatoes. Everything else is optional. Alright, now at this point, we're going to add a little bit more seasoning, some salt and pepper. mix it all up. Actually bring it to a boil. We're just waiting for it to boil. Once it boils, we're gonna turn down the heat just a little bit and let it simmer for about 30 to 40 minutes. Alright, feel free to add in any spices or herbs that you would like. Alright, minestrone is actually a very flexible recipe. I know some people like to add parsley, bay leaves, even some chili flakes. Totally up to you. And some people even add like cheese, like Parmesan cheese. So if you have those things, you can feel free to add them. Alright, so now it is boiling. Okay, so now we will turn down the heat. Let it simmer for the next 30 to 40 minutes. Alright, we're going to put on the lid. And then we'll be back once it is done simmering. Alrighty, so we are back 40 minutes later. Everything is all good. I tasted it, tastes good. Now we can add in our pasta. So we're just going to add about a third of this box, maybe a little bit more. Alright, I already added some in. I'm just adding a little bit extra, as you can see. Okay, so we're just going to mix this up. As you can see, it's a little bit thick. Alright, so depending on what you like, if you like it thick or thin, if it's too thick for you, like right now this is pretty thick, you can add in some water just to make it a little bit more consistent to your own liking. Alright, so now that you've added your pasta, you are just going to cook it until it's al dente, which means, you know, that it's nice and soft, but just a little bit of firmness for when you bite into it. Okay, so this is the finished product. You'll notice I did add a little bit too much pasta, so when you are cooking yourself, don't add too much pasta or else it will soak up all the liquid.